Get your jumpers, shirts from 3Air London, Instagram on the screen. Use the discount code SJ14 for 10% off.
It's alright, Jack. MizOrMac. HS on deck, no meds, my S bake off with gap. Yes.
Yo, Sartre back with another video. Now today's video, similar to the last one, where I was just talking about how this is gonna be a very big year for drill. A lot of people are like, oh, you should do more videos like that. I actually enjoyed watching you talk about that. So today, you've seen the title, you see the jumper as well. I thought I was wearing this one the other day, but I wasn't. Drillers and Trappers, OFB. Today we'll talk about SJ and why he should actually be in the GOAT discussion. Like, I'm not saying he's the GOAT. I don't personally think he is, but I think there's a few people that I consider to be in that discussion, and he has every right to be within those people that I consider. So without any further ado, let's just get into it. So first of all, SJ has no bad verses. Like, I've listened to, I think, even exclusives, before I started reacting to UK drill. Literally every song that this man has dropped. Well, I say man, he's only like a few months older than me, but he's got no bad verses, like, at all. Some of my favourite songs of his, Horrid. His songs with Bando, like the ones that are strictly SJ and Bando. Horrid's probably my first personal favourite. I listened to that one a lot when I was at work. I used to always listen to that one. But with SJ, the problem is that everyone always rushes to say, oh, he wasn't in drill for long enough. And I was like, wait a minute, because in my head, I was doing the maths. I was thinking, wait a minute, because the person everyone calls the GOAT is MizOrMac. And I was thinking, wait a minute, who was in drill for longer, MizOrMac or SJ? So I did some research earlier. MizOrMac's first song was Kennington Bop, August 2016. April 2017 was his last one with no hook. That's the span of 9 months, and in those 9 months, MizOrMac released 13 songs with 2 freestyles, The Man About Bars and The Crib Session, yeah? The Crib Session got taken down though, so don't look for it, you won't find it, but he did it. There was an audio, but the video for The Crib Session doesn't exist. And SJ, however, Bad B on the Niz in October 2018 was his first song. And October 2019, so a whole year later, when they released the Front Street album. Obviously, he was already gone by that time, but the point is, he was still actually releasing new music at that time. Obviously, MizOrMac is back, but I was talking about these last 3 years. Everyone's always said MizOrMac before he dropped his last song, Return of the Mac. And SJ was in drill for longer, and I was like, whoa. And within that year, SJ released 16 songs, 2 freestyles, so The Crib Session, no, 3 freestyles, I forgot, The Crib Session, the HB freestyles, and the Next Stop, a whole 3 freestyles and a whole album. So that's just a comparison, but I was talking to 8 Puncher about it just now, and the thing about SJ and MizOrMac, with MizOrMac, the reason that people consider him the GOAT, it's not the quantity, it's not the fact that he released 30 songs, it's the fact that the few he dropped were of such a high level. Like, that's why even me, I consider MizOrMac. It's MizOrMac or PS, you already know this. And PS,
like PSP, Gas P Savage.
Drill from what, 2016 to 17 got bagged, but in that time he released so much music. That's why I didn't even bother put him in this comparison. I know PS has more music than both of them, but people always call MizOrMac the GOAT. I call PS, but a couple other people, shout out to Rakim, but mainly MizOrMac. So I just wanted that side-by-side comparison, just to put that out there. I'm not saying anything, I'm just stating, I'm putting it out there. Otherwise, with SJ, he changed the dynamic of drill. He created a whole new generation of listeners with Bando K double L's. But it's the fact that OFB were at the front of drill, but SJ was at the front of OFB. So he was at the front of drill. Like, he was the very front of drill. Like 2019, that was the year of OFB, but mainly the year of SJ. Like, everything that happened last year had something to do with SJ. Even people copying his flow. How many times do you hear me say, oh, that sounded like SJ's flow? Like, for the subscribers, gained nearly 1,000 subscribers this last week. But for the ones that have been here for longer, how many reactions have I done where I said, that sounds like SJ's flow? Even Quankface in Sonic literally said, I'm on the up block trying to lurk and pivot. Then a few lines later, he said, that's the SJ flow, you know. Flow so cold that I had to work with it. Even he's paying homage, because SJ, the short time he was in drill, he had such a big impact. He created the fanboy. A lot of people hate them, the OFB fanboys, but to be honest, they just like listening to the music. They're not doing anything bad. They're not going up and chefing people in real life. They're just listening to the music, running the numbers up, helping the guys make money. So I don't really see a problem with it, but a lot of the people in the scene do, and they hate the fanboys. And I was talking to 8 Punch about this just now. That's literally the reason people are reluctant to put him in their top 5, their top 10, because they're just scared you'll get called a fanboy, or because the fanboys have tainted the name of OFB just a bit. With me, I still cop the hoodie. I still rate OFB very highly. I'm not gonna stop fanboys getting in the way of my favorite, not my favorite, but one of the best people who make my favorite type of music. That's the only way I can put it. But otherwise, you might think, oh no, OFB didn't create the fanboy. Harlem had fanboys back in the day. Let's not lie to ourselves. Harlem didn't have fanboys. If they did, the whole drill scene were Harlem fanboys. Because if a man could be gone for 3 years, I don't think people are deep in this. If a man could be gone for 3 years, and in that 3 years, the fanboys or the whole scene will still defend the guy's name, that's saying something. So Harlem didn't have fanboys. Harlem was just making the best drill music at the time, and people stayed loyal to them. No one forgot. Over the 3 years MizOrMac was gone, no one forgot that. But yeah, SJ's flows have been stolen and adapted by several people. As I said a couple of videos ago, even his ops in the TPO Hotbox Freestyle mini was using his flow to mock it. I'd say SJ brought OFB back to the front of drill. OFB, it's a sticky one, you know, it's a sticky one. Because this album, I'll continue to do this the whole video. This album was so cold, but it kind of went over a couple people's heads. Like, I didn't really see, I haven't had too many conversations about Drillers and Trappers 2. I watched the listening party, I was literally watching it this morning, but I don't think enough people are taking in that album. I don't think enough people are deep in how sick that album was. So most people, when they think of OFB, even people that don't listen to drill, you think of OFB, even though everyone knows Heady One, you don't immediately think Heady One. You think of Bando K, SJ and Double L's. And SJ was the main reason. Anytime, any reactor ever that listened to one of their songs back in the day, I say back in the day, it was like a year ago, any of their songs, I remember Walks when he was listening to their HB freestyle, because that, for me, that was the song that made me take them in. That freestyle there, I was like, okay, there's something special about these guys. And you'll see on the channel, I made an edit of Bando's verses, and I mixed it with On Drill's verses with his HB freestyle, because I clocked that there was something special about that Bando K guy. But most people, when they're reacting to it, they say, nah, SJ's the standout. And Walks, when he was reacting to the Next Stop and the HB freestyle, you can just tell SJ that there's just something about him.
More like a young PS, cause PS does the punchline thing more, but he goes in with the rhyme scheme still. SJ had the best presence, man. He showed you he's a star, man. He's the one, the standout guy, this one.
So even though he was only in jail for a short time, his rap ability, like, forget how long he was in for, just the quality was very, very high. As I said at the start, no bad verses, and I've literally heard everything he's dropped. Even his very first verse in Bad B on the Niz,
I've been in the field like Lampard, my bro's been scoring the goals like Kane.
like, that was his entry into drill. A bar. Like, not many people do that. Obviously, the climate of drill at the time probably required that, but he had no right to do that. Like, the moment I heard that, I was like, huh? What? And I heard the guy sounded bare young. And at the time, it was literally a few, I'm talking way too quick, a few months older than me. So I heard someone's voice, I was like, okay, that guy sounds way too young to be rapping, but he sounds cold. So, otherwise, I haven't really got too much to say about SJ. Just when you think about it, in terms of quality, he really should be in top 10s at least. Because when I'm putting people in my top 10, I'm putting Nito MB, I'm putting Quangface, I'm putting PS, Miz, CB, AM, Digger, LD, Heady, all these people. But I'm like, yo, SJ, some of these people, some of them, not all of them, but some of them were at the very front of drill for a specific moment in time. So MizOrMac, definitely 2016-17, 6-7 and Harlem, they were at the front of drill, there's no denying that. But the others, I would never have said CB was at any particular moment in time at the forefront of drill. Like, he was releasing very good songs. As I said, he's not a rapper that drills, he's a driller that raps. So he just makes drill. Like, everyone else is making drill, CB's making drill. Like, I can't put enough emphasis on that. So the scene will be going on, and then CB's just in the background, just helping the scene, like, with some mad music. Like, take that risk, talk on my name. But I would never say at any moment in time, like, when you say who's the best in drill, not many people would have said CB at that time. Other people like AM, I'd say there was definitely a time AM was towards the front. But no, not all of them, like Reeks MB as well. I'd say he's in my top 10 of all time. But was there a moment in time when he was at the very front of drill, like SJ was, when every single song's hitting millions and millions and millions? And you can hate on the fanboys all you want, but how many other artists are constantly hitting million with every single song with no effort? Like, I don't think I looked when I was doing the research for the song. There's very few OFB songs under a mil, like very few. So whether you hate on the fanboys or not, they're running up the numbers, and OFB are not complaining. SJ is not complaining. He was offered 150k for a deal. He's not complaining. So I just wanted to put that out there. The comment section is really why I did this video. I just want to talk to some of you guys about this. Where do you place SJ? Is he in your top 10? Is he in your top 5? Is he in your GOAT discussion? Because I know MizOrMac is in everyone's GOAT discussion. CB, PS, AM, these are all names that get thrown up. But even though SJ's literally been running drill for the past year, if you ask anyone who's the best in drill and they say SJ, they hold Korn. And I don't really see why. Like, I don't really see why you should be holding Korn. I mean, even me, like, I've got a video, top 10 drill rappers. I don't think I put SJ. I can't lie. I don't remember putting SJ. I don't think he's in that. But now I'm looking back, and when I was planning the video, he was in the plan. And I was like, really and truly, why shouldn't he be here? But I just couldn't be bothered for the call in the comments. I can't, I'll be honest. So, but yeah, definitely, especially that MizOrMac SJ comparison. Yes, MizOrMac was releasing elite music, but the fact that SJ released so many high quality verses, like Once in a While, Crep Shop, Ambush, like quotable verses, like verses that I'd say, like with my chest, 70% of the people around my age in the country, so even like the Neeks and that, like all the people, teenagers in this country can quote an SJ bar, and definitely Ambush, I'm in the back of this car, no taxi. If you say that anywhere in this country, someone will know what you're talking about. Someone will actually start singing along with you because they know what's going on. So I don't think it's right that someone with that much impact is kind of like shunned out of people's top 10s, top 5. But I just want to see where your guys' heads at. So thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. But yeah, just comment below. Let's start a conversation. I've been Saatchi. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back again soon.